Okay, we're about to take a journey. A 23-hour trip deep inside your own body. We're going to track our by hour exactly what happens when you just stop eating.
We're talking every hormone shift, every cellular switch, and some pretty incredible processes that fire up when you finally give your system a break, right? Let's get one thing straight from the very beginning. When you compress all your eating into a single meal, you are not starving. No way. You are flipping a switch, a powerful, ancient switch that most modern humans have never, ever touched. To really get this picture, a warehouse where delivery trucks just never stop arriving. I mean, boxes are piling up everywhere. They're blocking the exits, the roof is leaking. But hey, who has time to fix it? That warehouse, that's your body on 3 meals a day. Now imagine what happens when you finally lock the doors and stop the trucks. For the first time in years, the cleaning crew comes out. So what actually happens hour by hour when those trucks finally stop? And what does that cleaning crew really do? Well, we are going to walk through that entire timeline. And I'll tell you this, at hour 16, something activates that researchers are calling the closest thing we have to a fountain of youth. All right, let's start the clock. The second you finish your meal, you enter what's called the flood phase. For the next 4 hours or so, your body isn't fasting, not even close. It's feasting. It's just busy processing that last big delivery of food. So as that food breaks down into glucose, your pancreas releases insulin. Think of insulin as the warehouse manager. It's like a one-way valve. Its job is to shove energy into your cells, but at the same time, it locks the doors to your fat stores. Now listen, this is absolutely crucial. You cannot burn body fat in this phase. It is biologically impossible. Okay, around hour for that flood of energy from your meals starts to dry up, insulin levels begin to fall, and your body starts spending the easy access energy it has stored, kind of like petty cash. And right here, this is the moment where most people give up. They feel that little dip and they immediately reach for a snack. But if you push through, this is where the magic really begins. Think of your body's energy like this. You've got 2 fuel tanks. You have the wallet, which is full of glycogen. It's easy cash for sure, but you've only got about 8 to 12 hours worth. Then you have the vault. That's your body fat. Deep, deep reserves that can last for weeks. But here's the catch. To get into the vault, you first have to empty the wallet. And by hour 12, that wallet is pretty much empty. Now your body has a choice. Shut down or unlock the vault. And of course, your body unlocks the vault around hour 12. This really profound metabolic shift happens for the first time in maybe days or even weeks. Your body starts drawing energy from your stored fat. You are no longer running on food. You are running on you now as your body burns that fat. Your liver produces this amazing alternative fuel called ketones. And this isn't just a backup fuel, it's an upgrade. See, running on glucose from food is like being on an energy roller coaster. You get all these spikes and crashes, but ketones from your body fat, that's like a perfectly smooth, steady highway of energy. And then something remarkable happens. The hunger. It vanishes just like that. Because your fuel supply isn't jumping all over the place anymore. It's constant as we slide into this next phase. Oh, it gets even more interesting now. We arrive at the part of the timeline that has researchers absolutely obsessed. Between hours 16 and 20, with insulin at rock bottom, your body's deep cleaning crew finally gets to work. This process has a name, autophagy. It literally means self-eating. It's your body's internal quality control, its recycling program. Remember that cleaning crew from the warehouse? Well, they only show up when the warehouse is empty and quiet. When you're eating all day, that crew never even punches in. Autophagy is how your body literally cleans out the cellular junk that can eventually lead to disease. So, how does this whole thing work? Well, first, your cells identify all the broken and dysfunctional parts, like a sparking mitochondrion here, a misfolded protein there. Then, a membrane bubble forms around all this junk, just engulfing it. A little bag of powerful enzymes merges with that bubble and completely dissolves the contents into their raw materials. And finally, the cell uses those recycled materials to build new, pristine components. This is autophagy. It's deep cellular repair. And yes, it is the closest thing we have to a fountain of youth. Okay, let's keep this going. We are entering the final hours of the fast, and your body's about to do something truly incredible to protect its most valuable stuff. Now, the skeptics will say, but aren't you eating your own muscle? This is physiologically backwards, and here's why. To stop any muscle loss, your body unleashes a massive surge of human growth hormone, or HGH. I'm not talking about a little bump during this window. HGH can spike by an astonishing 1,300 to 2,000%. This hormone is incredibly muscle-sparing. It sends a loud and clear message to the body, burn the fat, but do not touch the muscle. You know, here's a super simple way to think about it. Imagine you need to heat your house in the winter. You have a shed packed with firewood outside. That's your body fat. You also have all this beautiful wooden furniture inside. That's your muscle. You would never, ever start burning your expensive furniture while you still have a shed full of free firewood, right? Of course not. Your body is just as smart. It always burns the fat first. And just like that, we've reached our 23. Your body is now in this incredibly optimized state. I mean, your cells have been cleaned out, your hormones are perfectly primed, and your entire system is ready to absorb nutrients more efficiently than ever before. This is the moment of the return. Think of yourself like a sponge, and someone is eating all day long. Their cells are like a wet, totally saturated sponge. They just can't absorb much more. But after a 23-hour fast, your cells are like a bone-dry sponge. A wet sponge can absorb anything. A dry sponge pulls in everything. Your insulin sensitivity is at its absolute peak, which means the meal you're gotta eat will be used with just incredible efficiency. But, and this is a big but, here's where so many people fail. Because what you put into your body now matters twice as much. You don't want to break this pristine state with a bunch of processed junk. You want to build on this. So start with protein as the foundation that gives you the building blocks for all that repair work. Then add healthy fats to keep your fat-burning engine humming, and finish with a massive volume of vegetables for all those micronutrients you need. Okay, a really critical note on safety here. Please do not jump from eating 6 meals a day to 1 meal tomorrow. You are going to feel terrible. Your body needs time to adapt, so start slow. If you get headaches, it's usually just an electrolyte issue, and a pinch of sea salt in your water often solves it. And listen, this is absolutely not for everyone. So please read these warnings carefully and always, always, always consult your doctor before making a change like this. So there you have it, the complete 23-hour journey from the flood of digestion to the switchover to burning your own fuel. Then you hit the burn of ketosis, the deep clean of autophagy, the protective shield of HGH, and finally the return where your body is just perfectly primed to rebuild itself stronger than ever. So you see, you are not starving, you are optimized. Your body was designed for this rhythm: hunt, feast, rest. Now, if you want to know how the actual order you eat, that single meal can drop your glucose spike by another 44%, I made an explainer on exactly that. The research will change how you eat tonight.